And here we are in Tumut, T-U-M-U-T, which is in the Snowy Mountains, or it's a valley in the Snowy Mountains, I should say. And it's going to be exceptionally hot today. It's going to be well over 35 degrees. So I'm staying in with the air conditioning on, getting a bit of work done, and talking to you. Right, epic fails, Booktopia. Let me give you a bit of the background to this, because this is a classic case of A, how to alienate your customers, and B, a public relations failure, utter failure. And the people who are doing the public relations for Booktopia, they should be taken out and given a good lesson in how to do their job. Anyway, I'll elaborate. Booktopia, what is it? What was it? What is it? Okay. Booktopia was started 20 years ago, right? And it's a online bookstore. So if you think of Amazon, but in an Australian context, 20 years it's been going. And I've always bought books from them because I like to buy local, right? I prefer not to be funding Amazon, quite frankly. Sorry, Jeff Bezos. I mean, look, I'm always open to offers, but I'd rather buy locally, right, from Booktopia, which is what I was doing. Anyway, they racked up debts, can you believe, of $60 million, right? But what they were doing was, and this is the previous owners, what they were doing was they were still allowing people like me to buy books knowing that they were going to go bust, right? How can you not know you're going to go bust when you've got $60 million in debt there, right? So, look, I'd only ordered one book. Full disclosure, you know, it affected me as well. That's one reason I feel strongly about it, obviously. But you know what? So they just closed it down. Anybody who'd paid for books in like the previous month or so, right, probably a bit longer than that, they were not getting their books and they're not getting their money. So that money went into this, you know, $60 million debt thing, I suppose, which would have been bigger, wouldn't it, if our money hadn't have been going into it. Anyway, companies go bust, right? Sometimes you have to accept that, and that's the way it's going to be. Within a month, though, Booktopia was bought by a company called DigiDirect, and they're a company that majors in photography, you know, photographic stuff, cameras, lenses, all that sort of stuff, you know, and they've expanded out to sell other sort of like digital type stuff, right? They're a well-established business. They have no idea, zero idea, take it from me as a journalist, they have zero idea about public relations. So I got quite a few calls from people when I was working on the previous newspaper. It came up quite often because if you live in rural areas in particular, well, you're going to have to buy books online nowadays because there just aren't any bookshops, or not very many anyway. So that's a real big problem. Anyway, I thought, you know, I'm annoyed about this. I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to do a story. As some of you know, I'm also on ABC Regional fairly often on evenings, right, with Renee Crosh. I'll just give her a bit of a boot there. Not that she needs it. She's super popular and very good at what she does. Anyway, I go on there occasionally. I talk about regional news. I thought, look, I'm going to talk about this a bit because it does impact people in the regions. And so I got in touch with the public relations folks who are working for DigiDirect, put a few questions to them. Oh, yeah, the big thing is this, just before I go on to that. So they go bust. Then they're bought within a month. When they're bought, right, Booktopia starts sending out marketing material to people, everybody, to people like me, right, saying, oh, great selection of books, great deals we've got on books. I'm like, I emailed them. I said, when am I getting my money back? Okay, it's only a small amount, but if you went online, if you went on Facebook, for example, and saw the outpouring of annoyance and grief about the way this whole thing had been handled, you would be shocked. You should have a look at it. Schools had put in big orders to Booktopia, weren't getting the books, weren't getting the money. Yes, you could apply to the creditors, and you, as a creditor, you could apply and say, oh, look, I've mowed this, I want this money back. There's no way you're going to get it, right? Then they weren't focused on it. The new owner's not interested. Why would they be? Why should they pay the other company's debts, the previous company's debts? Anyway, epic fail on the marketing side. Why on earth would you be sending material to people you owe money to, right? Even if they understand the way that the Booktopia unfolded, the event unfolded. They're not. Why would they buy books from Booktopia again? I will never ever buy a book from them. I don't care if they're giving 5 books away for $1. No way, absolutely not. Right? I'm just not going to do it. So, and I'm sure most people aren't, and that's what's reflected, particularly on Facebook when people are complaining. Anyway, I do the journalism thing, right? I get in touch with the public relations people, and I put these questions to them, and I said I'd really like to talk to somebody at DigiDirect as well. I said I want to mention it on the ABC, and I'm going to put it in the local paper because it does affect people who live in these regional areas. Back and forth, back and forth. I will get you a comment. Short story is, never happened. Never happened, right? So this is why I'm doing this. So listen, PR company, I've run PR companies. I've trained PR people, right, in how to handle the media. This is not the way to do it, right? It's not the way to do it. How can you not understand that? You should not be in business. I'm not going to name them. I think it's a bit unfair, you know. They're not going to get any more work from anybody the way they're behaving, right? It's just appalling. Anyway, there you go. It's a bit of a rant about it, but bloody hell, it's annoying. The beneficiaries of this would be other Australian online bookstores. I tried ordering a book, the one that I wasn't getting, which was Lonesome Dove by Larry McMurtry, just in case you want to know. And I've read that many years ago, so buying it for my son. What did I do in the end? I got it from Amazon. That's the reality, folks. That's what's going to happen. Why on earth would you order something from Booktopia when they owe you money? Thank you.